cut this out.
What's up? What's up, V and O? What you know? It is 7 p.m. Central, and I am here, man. I'm excited. I am very excited because today is my first sit-down conversation with my man. My man. You saw the commercials. You saw. I'm on with my man, Fletcher, Holmes. Go ahead, Greg. Bring them through. Fletch. Where you at, Fletch? What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I am so excited, man. I'm good, man. I'm good, man. We got a little lag with you, but we're going to work with it. Bro, I'm so excited, man. Thank you so much,
I'm close to Indiana.
Man.
That's the reason why.
What'd you say?
I said I'm close to Indiana. Maybe that's the reason why.
Maybe if you was in Indiana, you would have no lag. We got good internet over here. Hey, man.
Okay.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro. You are the first sit down, man, with the V&O, man, and I'm excited, bro. I'm totally excited, man, that you here with me. We got a great show coming up, man. How do we know each other, man? I know you because we're both ironworkers, right? For the longest, man, I think I probably did about 10 years as an ironworker and Local 63 Chicago, the best. I did about 10 years as an ironworker before I met Fletch. And my guy, you know, Larry Constantino would always ask me, man. Larry was a cool cat. Thanks a lot, Greg. Larry was a cool guy, man, and he would always say, man, you got to meet Fletch, man. You got to meet Fletch. And I'm like, man, who is Fletch, bro? Who is Fletch? So I don't know if you recall, but I was working out at the Omni at the time. And so I go in there, and I see pictures of you. I'm working out, man, and I was like, man, is this Fletch over here? So I walk up to you, bro, and from there, man, we met. We worked together at Cook County Jail, I think was the first time we worked together. And then from there, man, I think we did some Cook County Jail, I think, and then we worked at the CTA together, man. And from there, bro, it's been a friendship, man, for has it been 10 years? It's been well over 10 years. It's been about 15 years, man. Well, not quite 15, man, but a little over 10 years.
Yeah.
A little over 10 years. Man, I'm so excited, man. Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. I want to thank you first off I want to be the first. I thank you very much for that. I'm very humbled by that. It's a great thing,
man.
And I think you're doing a very good thing here. I think it'd be really nice. So much success to you and Greg. I think it's a really good thing. So that's the first thing I want to say.
Yeah. I forgot, man. Let me interrupt you, man. This is the V&O on Dope Living TV Network, man. We doing it big, bro. Dope Living TV Network, man. And so that's what it is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's no problem. It's all good. Basically, I started out as an ironworker back in 1991.
Hey.
But before so it's a long time ago. It's a long time ago, I know. But
I was like 5.
I have to say but I have to owe my success to a lot of people. So it's not just I can say I did this, I did that. It's not that. It's came from a lot of people. I'm talking about when I first started out, they saw something in me that I probably didn't see in myself because my confidence was kind of low being a first year green apprentice.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of people think
everybody don't I'm sorry to interrupt you, but everybody don't know like what our program is. So just tell them, like, when you say apprentice, how do you start out the program? How do we start out the program?
We started it's a 4-year program that you take. And basically at the time it was 2 days a week for 3 hours. You would go there, we'll work out, things would be good. You learned a lot, but I see you learn most of your you learn how to do things in school. But mainly you get your experience out there in the field. So your first introduction to tools will be actually at the apprenticeship. You go there, you learn how to blueprint read, rig, cut, weld, a lot of different things like that. Now we have a total station there. We have a lot of things we do. We have a lot of certifications also that we do now. But back then it was like a couple of basic things. But now once an apprentice leaves, they have a 30-hour OSHA. They have scaffold class. They have their rigging, the hand signals for cranes. We have all that stuff. Plus, we also work with the VALA. So we use that to make sure we're certified for that with the NCCO. That works out good. Forklift and with the scissor lift training. So we have all of that now. It's a 4-year program, which is good. It's almost equivalent to associates almost, with as much time you put in. But what you put in is what you get out. So you have to make sure that you put your best foot forward when you start and keep going with that. You have a lot of people come in, things work out good for them. Other people just run the mill. So it's up to the individual how far you want to go with it. It's up to
Right.
the
It's not
person's at
easy,
heart.
right?
How they want. I'm sorry.
I said it's not easy, right? It's not easy, man.
No, it's not. It's not easy, but if it's something that you truly have in your heart, you can make it happen and make it really good. Be very successful. Before I go any further, I have to just acknowledge a couple of people who were very successful in my, honestly, my upbringing as far as an iron worker. I
Yeah.
had to say Dan Loftus, great guy, one of my best bosses, if not the best.
Yeah, I never got to meet him, but I
Alan
hear about him.
Throw,
Man, the boss
yeah,
man, money man.
yeah, again, Alan Throw, Rob Palm, Larry Cosentino, Mike Barbaro, all these guys. Plus, I could say a lot of guys from K&K when I was out there for a while. Bill St. Louis, I could say Glenn Stewart. There's so many guys I could say. Some guys aren't here anymore.
Yeah.
But back in 1991, and here it is, 2022. So now I'm the old man. It's like I remember being doing my work and stuff like a guy named Butch Patek that lived in Des Moines, Indiana. His son, it works for Nick's Todd Patek. Good guy, you know what I mean? So I've been blessed to be around a lot of good people, some solid guys that actually showed me the way to doing things the proper way, and some also showed me the wrong way of doing things. So that made me know, hey, I know what I need to do. A lot of bosses showed me how to lead, how to just be organized on the job site. So it's a lot of things that when we have to pass that on. There's no sense in keeping the secrets to yourself. Pass it on to the next generation because we want the next generation to be better than we were.
Yeah,
So
what you did with me, bro. You did that with me, man, and that's why I'm so appreciative of you, man. You passed those things on to me, man. You mentioned all those names. You're in my list. You know what I'm saying? You are, man. I'm so, man, appreciative of you, man. But yeah, man, you've been that example. You know what I'm saying? You've been that, especially. You don't see a lot of African Americans in the trades, especially back, when you first started. Even when I started, man, sometimes I was the only, wasn't necessarily only minority on the job site, but I might have been the only African American.
Right.
A lot of people, man, they look at it and they say, well, why would you say that? Why do you need that? Because I just want to say to anybody, man, that might see this or anybody that's watching that's non-Black. You've had your role models. A lot of times, man, especially as young Black men, I was talking to somebody the other day, man. My role models were sometimes on the 9 o'clock news. You know what I mean? It wasn't nobody to look up to. You know what I mean? As far as media went, of course, if you had men in your family, man, but a lot of my uncles, people that were supposed to be in the community, they were getting locked up at the time. You know what I mean? It was a lot of it. You didn't have the role models, man, that I believe that other races might have had. And so, like, when you find somebody, man, that's of character, that's taking that extra step, man, you look at them, man, and you make them your role model. You were like, I have a father, man. I had my stepfather. They were great, man. But I mean, as far as ironwork goes, what am I supposed to do as a Black man out here in my culture and be this at the same time? How am I supposed to handle certain situations that may arise that don't arise with somebody that don't look like me? And you kind of showed me the way with that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your story, man. Go ahead. I asked you and then I interrupt, but I just wanted to tell you that, man. You're giving your list, bro, and you in my list. And some of those guys that you named are in my list. Mike Barbaro, Rob Palm, Al, man. Even though, well, Al Throw Sr. for you, and my boss, Money Man, Al Throw Jr. that's
it's right.
Yeah.
The list can go on and on. I can honestly say that I could go with and say the people I work with now, like my boss, Paul Wendy, great guy. He has that leadership quality. He knows where a person's good for. So he puts me in a certain area, Dave in a certain area, Paul Thompson, everybody. We all have different qualities that work out, so we can all work together. So further our union cause. So it works out good. But I can honestly say that just working with, like I said, my boss Paul Wendy, Dave Murray, Paul Thompson. We have new people now. Also, Jack. I'm sorry, Jack. You're my guy. I forgot about you, Jack. He's retiring, so he's doing his thing. I have Dave Cottingham, Mark Merkel, Sergio Robles. All of these guys. All of us work together really good in the union. So it's a different type of dynamics from when I first started out as an iron worker, as an apprentice, becoming a journeyman, becoming a foreman, becoming a general foreman, and moving on from that. It's a lot of different things, a lot of different aspects for it, and I'm thankful. That's all I can say. It's like I just want to make sure that I'm able to help the next generation to move forward. That's all, and make sure that we honestly do our part as far as iron workers and gain more market share. That's what I truly want. So I make sure we do that politically, and economically to make sure our people are happy. That's all, making money. Add more brothers, add more sisters, more people of color, and everybody. We need to do that. So,
That's
and
it,
that's what
Marcy.
we're
Yeah,
doing.
pass on the knowledge.
Absolutely, we have to. I'm saying it's like even with the fence trainees we have and the fence guys, we want to make sure now they come to meetings now because of Sergio, which is good. That's something we should have been doing all along. But for some reason, we had this stigma. Oh, the fence guys, they didn't want to come around, but now they come into the hall, they see things. There are union meetings, they're active, which is good. We need that. It
Yeah,
takes all of
diversity,
us.
man. Diversity is good.
Right. You're
You
right. You have to
diversify leadership.
correct as a union, we have to make sure it's for everybody. It's not just one person. It's all of us. So therefore, like I said, with the fence guys, even the glass guys, and the miscellaneous guys, there's always a competition there. Who does better work? I know how I personally feel, but I love my union, so it doesn't matter. Either way, we making money. That's all.
That's it.
Uh,
Let me explain this real quick for anybody that's watching. We are ironworkers. There are three ironworker unions in Chicago. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. Uh, you have us, Local 63, we're ornamental and architectural ironworkers. You have Local 1, they are structural ironworkers. They make the structure of the buildings. And you have the riggers, which does any heavy rigging. Riggers actually did a lot of the moving in of the museum and science and industry, or the field museum.
the Film Museum, Museum of
Field
Science and Industry, they do work at McCormick Place. They go all over the country to do work. So
museum.
they're like they go everywhere. So they're pretty good. A lot of people don't know about the riggers too much, but they do. They move the Prairie House. They did that. They move a
Yeah.
lot of old house. They have equipment to move things and go back and forth, stuff like that.
And they're
Um,
iron workers. Yeah.
yes, they're part of our international. And like I said, with the local one guys, they do structure. That's what they do. Structure and structure only. They put the beams in. They do the divider beams in the elevator shaft. Some people can do them better than that, but still, they have to make sure. Um, but as far as like the ornamental, what we do, people just to make just if people don't know what I'm talking about, the structural gas is like if it's a carpentry, the frame of the house is what the ironworkers would do. The structural ironworkers, they would do all the metal stuff, the skeleton of the building. They put the rebar inside the concrete. They do those things. Um, but as far as ornamental in a baseline, we make shit look good. Basically, we enclose buildings. That's what we do with glass, metal. Sometimes granite might be encased in the aluminum to make sure everything fits right. We make sure the building's waterproof. It's insulated. These are the things that we do. We also do a miscellaneous side, which we do stairs, catwalks, grading, freestanding canopies, TV stands at a high end, in millionaires' houses. We do a lot of
Yeah.
stuff there. We do a lot.
I put stairs. I installed stairs and oh man, she wasn't very popular, but but I installed stairs and she was the
DeVos, Betty,
yeah,
DeVos.
yeah, the most. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She lived downtown and yeah, I installed man a big stair in her house, man. All her neighbors was upset that she had a job site going on in her house.
Yeah.
But hey,
She's a,
we
she's
made
a
money.
she's a multi-millionaire. I think she might be married to a billionaire or something. So she's doing a thing that
Yeah.
way. But
What's her
yeah,
first name? It's DeVos. It's what's her first name?
I was Betty.
Betsy DeVos. Betsy
Yeah.
DeVos, Betty DeVos.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't very popular at all, man.
Well,
She
she
was in the
was
previous administration.
right. That union. That's all it was.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
as far as my job now, like I said, I started off as an apprentice back in 1991. Rose up through the ranks, did my job. What I was told to make sure I did things right. I would say people noticed me, doing different things. I made sure I was just straight, upfront, and honest. I never lied about anything. Never. I was always fair with whoever I dealt with.
Great
Um,
character.
the
Yeah.
job, I did the job. I never deviated from that. So sometimes I kept my mouth closed and didn't say anything, but I never just, somebody said keep quiet. I kept quiet. I wanted to know the reason why I kept my mouth closed and just paid attention to what was going on. Um, I have, like I said, I could go on and on about as far as the people that I've worked with to help me out. I'm talking about Jerry Robakowski, the old man. He looked out for me. You know what I mean? It's like Rick Ossis was my very first boss. Bill Kobe. These are guys that I worked with. When I first started out, and they took me under their wing to show me different things. Like I say, Wally Zabiric. I worked with him for a short time there. There's so many people I can go on and on about. But I'm thankful for all those people because they molded me to the person that I am now. I do the best I can. I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm willing to be fair about things to make sure that I have things right. If I don't know, I have a good group around me to make sure that I take care of the business right. That's all, regardless
So
if it's when I was out in the field or if I was even now what I'm doing. So it works out good.
so
Um,
let's going down the line. You had your 4-year apprenticeship, and
right.
then you were a journeyman. And
But my,
while we journeyman ironworker, you made journeyman ironworker after your 4-year apprenticeship, and then I think
right.
I caught you as a journeyman ironworker, and I caught you. Greg, can we get number one? Can we show Fletcher as a journeyman ironworker?
Oh my God. Let me see this here.
That's my man right there. That's the CTA red line. You remember that, bro?
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that. Oh wow.
Look, wait, was that?
That's
Hold on, Greg, bring that back, man. Was that black? Was that? I don't see no gray, bro. That was a while ago. That was in black. You wasn't as wise.
yeah. I
You
know
wasn't as
the
wise.
gray started being salt and pepper everywhere now. So I got
You
yeah.
wasn't
That's
as
what it was.
wise.
Yeah.
But
So
that's where I caught you at, man, as a journeyman ironworker, and I was able to watch you work with you as a journeyman, and you were a foreman before that, but I caught you, as a journeyman, and then I was able to watch you into your foreman slash general foremanship.
right. Yeah. When I first my last job as an apprentice, I was working for MTH. It was at Navy Pier. And then from I left there, I wound up going over to McCormick Place South Building, working over there for MTH also. Then we did some um, CTAL station on Laramie and Lake, Ashland and Lake, and a couple other ones. We did that. And then from that, I wound up I think a federal building downtown and another building with MTH. After that, I was let go. We finished up everything. They didn't have any work. It was starting to get slow again for a while. And like I said, it was a good time. That's where I met Mouse at.
Yeah.
His old man was alive at the time. That was at Navy Pier. Joe Platter, another good guy, was Jerry. Can't think of his name. His brother's is here also. I can't think of his name, but he great guy. Um, we had it's just like it's a lot of people that I used to work for. They're gone now. They can't see what I'm doing now, and I'm like I said, I'm just trying to make sure I spread the knowledge that I have to the next generation, so we can continue to improve the breed. I mean that when I say that. So
One
it
thing
works out. But once I became a journeyman, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, once you mentioned a lot of names here, man. A lot of these, this is back, early '90s, man. It seems like as far as like diversity, sometimes when you walk on the job site, it's almost like at least when I started, things are changing a lot now. It's a little bit more progressive, man. But I know when I used to walk on the job site, man, it felt like walking back in the '60s sometimes, man. And but what I will say is this: a lot of those names that you mentioned, man, I think that the trades had a lot to do with uh, racial harmony, man. You get to know these guys. We don't live in the same neighborhood, but you start knowing, man, this dude, he not what I thought he would be. You know what I'm saying? I've met a lot of guys, man, working out in the trades, and I realized, like, man, this dude is not exactly what I thought. You can't judge a book by its cover all the time. And I'm sure, man, a lot of cats looking at me and you, they have these stereotypical things in their heads, man, and you've maintained this character, and you kind of taught me to maintain this character, and uh, we've been able to show people that might have had a closed mind, I believe, that, hey, man, whatever you had, oh my God, Mo, yeah, Inland was probably worse. Back in the day, my father would tell me stories about Inland Steel, man. But we're able to know each other a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have these we break stereotypes in your mind, man. That's kind of what diversity does, man. And I appreciate you, man, because I learned to hold my character, man. I'm not gonna say, look, man, I know I'm gonna go there, bro. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there right now, because one instance that really, I'm not gonna say who it was, but one instance that really holds in my head, and you're gonna remember this, when we was working on the red line, and we were working nights, going into days, into nights, into days, and you taught me a lot. Yeah, Jen, electricians too. You taught me a lot, man. But yeah, you laughing because I know you remember. So y'all, we in the stairwell working. It's me, him, and this other guy who was the boss. First of all, we sudden stairs. We had worked all night. We worked all night, bro. We had worked all night. I know you don't want me to tell the story. I don't care. It's my show. We had worked all night.
No, go ahead. There's no problem.
And we went into working days, and this guy, man, he was just your classic, like passive aggressive racist. Just kind of,
Wait, can I say something real quick? Can I
interrupt
you real quick? Okay. I know who he's talking about, and it's what it was that we can go years back before that. Okay, I met him, I think, in like 1993. I know who he's talking about, and he just got off from a relationship with some girl and stuff. He seemed like he was kind of borderline suicidal, in my opinion. But everybody, he did his job. He's a hell of an ironworker. He did his job, so it worked out good. No, I honestly say that I can't take that away from him. But OD got the worst he got. But I was actually at his wedding, so they tell me. So we all had a good time. This was back in 1993, 94, and I know his wife, Jill. So therefore, so if you guys know who that is, you guys know what I'm talking about. But he's like I said, as he got older, he had cantankerous and stuff like that, and he had a way of rubbing people the wrong way. He would start something, he would do the job, and then he just figured he was just the best guy in the world. It's like, come on.
He rubbed people. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, he had a way. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Oh wait, that's all he did was rub people the wrong way.
A lot of people didn't like dealing with him, but it's like, is first of all, I needed the money. I'm gonna do my job, so I'm not gonna start. I'm just gonna keep saying, as a man, I'm gonna speak up and say what I have to say. But when I can avoid something, I'll leave it alone. As working with him back then, back in the early 90s, it wasn't bad. He was, because we had a team. I was working with a guy named Mike Conway. I think he's a police officer now, but he was a good iron worker then. And we were all doing our thing back then. He was cool, but it's like as that job disbanded, we went to some other places. He wound up going to Harmon, working there for a while. We got in some trouble with some guys in Harmon, in Minnesota, up in, I think it was Harvard. They had a job up there, and they were ready to whip his ass. I'm telling you, like this here. I heard about it, and I kept my mouth closed. I'm doing my job, but I heard about it from other people. But no, it was in Harvard, Illinois, but guys were the Harmon from Minnesota. They had different companies.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, it was some did. And I happened to see him. I was working at McCormick Place, matter of fact. I'm like, what's up, man? What's up, Mike? How you doing? Hey, what's up? He's kind of quiet. I'm like, you good? So you guys know who I'm talking about now. So, he's doing his things. And like I said, we spoke with each other, all good. Like, hey, what's up? Shook hands, stuff like that. Everything was good. Asked him how his wife was doing, stuff like that. He's like, oh, everything's good. So it's cool. Bill St. Louis know the guy too. He's a good friend of Bill St. Louis's. And so we were doing our thing. Everything worked out that way. But then years later, I saw him, and I was working for MetCorp. And I saw him at, I think it was Prudential. No, Prudential. It was Blue Cross Blue Shield. They were doing an addition on there. And we were doing supports for the curtain wall, the elevated curtain wall. I said, hey, Mike, what's going on? How you doing? I said, man, how's William Steele? He says, I am William Steele. I'm like, oh, okay. After that. From there, we've known each other for years. Like,
well, let me tell it, because you really, I wasn't there for that, but I was there for this when he we working in the stair. First of all, I ain't gonna say no names. Like I said, you already said it, man. But whatever, I'm not gonna repeat it, man. But it was crazy, man. The story is really about how I view you and why I view you like this. It's not a lot about him. It's more about you. So what happened was we you told him and you said, hey
Right.
man, because you had been foreman before. You said, hey man, this stair, I don't think it goes in this hole. I think it goes in that way. And he told you, look, put the stair where I told you to put it at. And that was number one. And I looked at you like, because I knew who you were, man. I knew how smart you were, and I knew that you knew what you were talking about. And even though we were tired and we had worked all night, I knew you weren't that tired. And boy, sure enough, by the time we got to the fourth floor, we figured out that he put the stair in the wrong hole. And so we had to finish this stair before we left. And so they had to pull this hole. We had to pull this stair, all the stairs we had put, pull it out the hole. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. It was we got to the first level. We went to the second level. That's the second level we found out was wrong. But I have to preface this by saying when we first got, I asked them, I said, which one is stair one, which one is stair two? He pointed to stair one to the south side.
Yeah.
Stair two to the north side.
Yeah.
So he goes over there. He kept to himself. He just told me. So we moved everything over there. Crane was set up and everything. So we started putting stuff in. First platform, first stringer. As soon as we get to the second, all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, something wrong. Then all he looks at it. I'm like, we have all the parts, wrong stair. So to take everything back out of there, get the other material, put that in, get that stair done, and we had to leave there, finish that up, and we had to go to the CTA on 67th and
we
Dan Ryan.
Well, the reason that it happened, we had worked all night. We were supposed to work an 8-hour day, and then we were supposed to at least go home and get like 2 hours of sleep, and then go back to the CTA that night. But we ended up staying 12 hours because he put the wrong stair in the wrong hole. I think it was that day, man, that you told him like, hey, man, I think he was upset that he was wrong. And so I could see it in his face, man. He come in the stair and we were putting in some rails, and he said, you said, hey, this, what are we supposed to do with these rails? I think these rails might be wrong too. I think they might have got mixed up. He was like, oh, you gotta nigga rig them up. I looked
he said that?
Yes, yes. How do you not remember this, bro?
I remember that, really.
This is the story. And so when he said that, man, I grew up in Indiana. I get angry about things, but it's like, I looked at you because I was like, well, if he gonna hem him up, then I'm down. I was like, I grabbed my spun. I grabbed my spun, Rich, and I said, well, whatever he gonna do. But bro, it was great, man. This is the learning experience, man, that you held your character. You kind of laughed at him. And he, like, you could tell, man, he didn't say it. It wasn't a slip. He said it because it was me, you, and him working together. Nobody else was there. We in a stair by ourselves. And he was really that bold, man. I just wanted to beat him down just because. Just to give him an example. You thought you was about to get away with this. But you know what, man? You just showed me that you ain't got to go there, man. My check gonna be the same on Friday, and I'll show him another way. You know what I mean? And he almost got us killed when we was working on the red line because he don't respect nobody. He just talk to people any old way. You remember we was on 63rd? Look, man, look. This is people from all across the nation know about the South Side of Chicago. 63rd is the South Side of Chicago. It's the heart. I'm from Indiana, man. I'm from the suburbs. I don't play like that. I would stay in this space that we got to work in, and I'm not really trying to bother nobody. So, man, it's activity. You know what I'm saying when I say activity. All night. We working overnight on a Friday. It's activity. And this is another instance, man, where you held your character, bro. You are very diplomatic, and you have this way. You showed me that there's a way to be diplomatic. You don't have to act upon, your anger. So what happened was, man, I guess, look, here's the thing. You in the hood, you got the hood right here. You got, Burger King, I think, right here. Look, man, you got Burger King over here. The neighborhood's over here. So anybody that's trying to go to McDonald's. So anybody that's trying to go to McDonald's, the easy way would be to walk right through the street that we cutting and we got cranes on and all of that. And so when we would see people, we'd be like, hey, man, you can't really walk. And, halfway through there, just walk right past you like you ain't saying nothing. Walk right through the job site, and we just leave him alone. Not him.
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey, stupid, what you talking about? I told him, man. I told him earlier tonight. I said, "Hey, man, look, bro. I don't know where you think you at, but this is Chirac, man. They don't care about your life. they don't care about my life. Not everybody, but I'm saying a lot of these cats is walking through here. They don't care, man. They will club you over the head, or more than likely, man, they'll come out shoot. And the problem that I have is they probably won't hit you. I'm gonna be on the news at night. So can you chill, man? And he ain't chill. He didn't chill. And so me and you, it was lunchtime. Me and you walking back to the car. We see my man walking. Huh?
Well, it's just,
You cutting out. I'm sorry. Let's wait till we get your connection back. Okay. So me and you about to go to lunch, man. We laugh and talking. We see my man coming around the corner. What's up, Chris? My man. We see my man coming around the corner looking like Chief Keef, man, and he looked like he about to kill something. And so, look, I just was trying to get in the car, and of course, diplomatic Fletch over here gonna say, "Little man, what's wrong, man? What you mean, what's wrong?" Sitting there like, why is he even saying anything, man? And so he's like, my man looked you in the face and he said, people need to learn how to talk to people. He said, I'm going to go get BD and we coming back and killing everybody. I said, everybody? Look, bro, I was ready to go. Oh, Gina asking about Fletch. That's your look. We'll answer that later on in the show, Gina. That's on Fletch. You see Gina's question she got? That's Gina's.
Well, let me
finish the story.
With the infrastructure bill that was passed by Biden and stuff, that will they're starting to do a lot of. I know it's a lot. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna let you go, but I'm just saying. So we gonna get to Gina. We gonna get. That's my homegirl, man. She's on the Dope Living TV network. But little man came through. You stopped him, and he said he was gonna come back and kill everybody. And I think he might have saved our lives that night, man, because he looked like he wasn't lying, bro. He was on his way. He was on his way to McDonald's. I don't think he went to McDonald's. And after he got talked to like that, whatever, I don't know what was said, but we knew who said it. And my man, he made a beeline, man, and was going back to the hood. He said he going to get BD, and he coming back and killing everybody. If you don't know what BD is, then you ain't Chicago. I can't even explain it. BD is gangster. It's just he going back to get the homies, and he coming back and killing everybody. And Fletch, you looked at it and you said, man, you don't have to do that. I said, man, why is he talking to this dude, man? Let's get in the car. I don't care if we still working. Let's go, because he's serious. He going to go. It's about to be a massacre at this mug tonight. And you talked to him, man. You like talked my man down off the ledge and told him, man, you gonna mess your life up over over some dude that. And I was just like, wow, man. I was like, wow, bro, you got this. I wish I could do that, man. Because if I had something to say, man, I would have been like, well, man, don't shoot me. I'm about to get a car and leave. You talked him down off the ledge. I think he turned around and went to McDonald's after that, man. But he was on the path to go kill something. He was coming back and killing all of us. That's what he said. But you showed me, man, that once again that, that there's a way to do things, man.
You never know. Nowadays, it might be totally different. He probably have a pistol with him, right?
Yeah, right. He probably wouldn't have to go back. I mean, this wasn't, how long ago? That was about 10 years ago. Yeah, but I mean, man,
it's difficult to stay in character sometimes.
But I said that just showed me, man, everybody has somebody in their professional career that shows them how to maintain themselves within their career. And you showed me a lot of that, man. Even in that little instance. Yeah, it was funny, man. But you kind of showed me, man.
It was funny.
What'd you say? You said it wasn't funny at the time?
I said it wasn't funny at the time.
No, it wasn't. My man was gonna kill all of us. He wasn't lying. He was gonna kill everybody. But you showed me that, man, and just that's kind of, I want to segue now into first. Let's answer Gina's question, because Gina is, do you know anything? Well, I'm not sure, Gina, because Local 63 doesn't do bridges. That would be our partners. That would be our partners. But you kind of answered Gina's question. You were on your way to answering.
Yeah, well, basically what it is with the infrastructure bill that was passed, Illinois is getting $17 billion. Okay, so that means as grants and stuff like that to take care of bridges and things of nature. So it'll work out pretty good. They right now the whole infrastructure of the whole nation is really taxed. A lot of bridges need to be repaired, things of that nature. So torn down and rebuilt. So they're in the process of doing that, but it's just that the ones that are more critical, those are the ones they're taking care of now. That's why they had the mile long bridge for all this time. They took care of that over there on 294. No, they're in Willow Springs. But there's other bridges also that they're taking care of because it's just a lot of decay. They haven't been taken care of, maintained for a long time. We spending money on other things that we should be spending money on here in this country. We're spending money in other places, but that's a whole other subject. I will say that with the Biden administration, they are trying to get things taken care of with JB Pritzker and all these guys here trying to get things hooked up to make sure we put money in the right spot. That's what we're trying to do.
That yeah, right, Marcy. You never know. You never know what somebody's
Yes,
going through.
right. I agree with you. At that time, the reason why I was able to talk the guy down was because through my through my experiences as a child growing up in the neighborhood I grew up in on the South Side, um, some people didn't have that luxury, and I've seen how what happens when two people who don't care, two people are unwilling to compromise, how things happen. So
Um, I gotta push it along, man, because we got somebody that I want to talk to. So, I want to
So
bring on
that's
here
that's
also.
basically in a nutshell. We have to just make sure we have things right, and we have to talk first, you know. And that's like some people don't do that, and that's the problem.
Yeah. Let's keep it moving. I'm sorry. Let's keep it moving right along. But so that was Fletch that I knew as a journeyman, and then I think we worked apart for a while, and then okay, hold on. And then we have Fletch. Can you hear me, Fletch? Fletch, can you hear me? Fletch Holmes. Greg, take me off. Fletch,
I can barely hear you.
you can barely hear me. Hold on 1 second, Fletch. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
You can hear me? Fine.
your voice is lower. It was up before.
Really? Okay. Let me how about now?
I think it's a delay.
I have a delay.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Having
Yes,
technical difficulties, man, trying to have a show. Can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay. Am I okay?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I want to say let's move it along. Greg, can I get picture number 2 and then picture number 3 of my man as a foreman working for me? There we go. You remember that, man? 465 Park 2018. And can I get picture number 3? Look at that, man. You remember this, Fletch?
Where's that at?
That's 465 Park. And
Where's that?
that's 46. This right down
Oh,
the street.
465. Right.
Yeah, right down the street from Navy Pier. That's when I almost died. I'm not even gonna go into that story here. I got you as a partner, even though you were the boss there. All right, Greg, that's cool, man. Uh, but
Oh, that
I
was. I remember
that's
that
you
was a
as
good
a that's
job.
that's you as a. I think you were a GF on that job, man, and you showed me. I think
Yeah.
you were running, quite a few guys, man. It was a lot of guys there, man, that you were running. I learned a lot from you there. Uh, but I got somebody I want to bring on, man, because right after that, we had some things happen, man, in our local, and you got appointed by our business manager as business agent, and you said that's too hot for me. As a business agent, can you tell me a little bit about your transition into a business
An
agent?
organizer.
Organizer. Yeah, you started out as an
No,
organizer.
organizer first.
You're an organizer first, and then you transitioned into a business agent. So, can you tell me a little bit about that process and how it happened? Can you hear me? Did I lose you? We're gonna let. I don't know. I think hopefully I'm good. But we're gonna let's bring. Hey Greg, let's bring Dave in.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey guys, what's up?
Dave, what's up, man? So
How you guys doing?
pretty good, pretty good. Can you hear
What's
me?
up, Dave?
Yeah, I hear both of you. I hear Ron. I don't know how good Fletch can hear you, but I can hear you well.
Okay.
I can hear you, Dave.
You better.
So basically, man, you've heard about Fletcher's. I talked a little bit. I talked a little bit about his career, man. Because I'm still in the field. I'm on the field side, man. I wanted to bring in somebody that's working with him now. You know, the
So,
premise of the premise of this show is ordinary people with extraordinary stories. And
oh,
what
that's
Fletcher
Fletcher.
brought in
That's
as an
Fletcher Holmes right
organizer,
there.
yeah, that's extraordinary story, man. To me, he has an extraordinary story.
So, one of the guys that Fletcher forgot to bring up about making him the man he is was my dad, Ed Murray.
Oh yeah, and this, yes, absolutely. I'm sorry.
So,
I'm sorry, Ed.
Which was a good dude, man.
so
I knew, yeah, your dad was a good guy, man.
Ron Fletch is that old that he had to work with two of us.
He still is a good guy.
So Fletch worked with my dad when he was a young man, and now that he's bullshit. So yeah, Fletch came in as an organizer, just like I did, out of the field, not knowing what the hell to do. There is no you hit the ground running as a business agent. You might go walking around or driving around with another guy for a little while to show you what to do, and then the next thing you know, you're out there by yourself learning as you go. And Fletch, the kind of guy he is, he went, hit the ground running, and never stopped. There was no walking around figuring it out. He took it over by storm. As a matter of fact, he did such a good job. He got a promotion to political director because of what the business manager saw in him when we were in conventions and stuff like that. The man is a legend at just walking up to people and talking to them for no reason. We were going to a fishing trip last year, and we talked to the cashier for 10
Thanks,
minutes
Dave.
and orange juice, and we're just talking to the cashier for 10 minutes, finding about her life and shit. It was amazing. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's like, hey, we're just at the gas station, Fletch. Let's go. We got to go. But
You guys talk for a
working with him
second.
now.
Hey, I gotta pull out for a second. You guys talk. I just want you guys to talk. Greg's gonna bring me off. I want you to just tell what it's like. What's your day to day as an organizer? How did what is it like working with Fletch? Greg, go ahead and pull me out for a
Okay.
second.
Yeah, so our day to day, what we're working on, it changes from day to day. So a lot of what we do is we drive around, we engage with new contractors, non-union contractors, sometimes other crafts doing the work that we claim through jurisdiction, and it's all about communication. How you communicate and represent for Local 63 while trying to accomplish the goal of putting our members to work at all times. And sometimes it's a compromise, and sometimes it's an easy fix, and sometimes you're engaging with people who eventually become either new members or new contractors. And he fits right in. He learns quick. He pretty much had a baseline. He knows the work. He's been doing it for 30 years. He knows the scope of the work. So now it's just, and he knows how to communicate. So now it's just the communication of what the message is and who we're trying to get that message to. And it's seamless. The guy's a natural. That's why when we have our elections this year, nobody wants to run. Nobody wants to mess around with what Fletcher has going on. They didn't even want to get involved with the business agents. They're happy with us. Is the only way we could take it, and it's a good feeling to know that we're going to be that team for the next 3 years at least. And I can't imagine that it's going to change after that. I fully anticipate this being a good team for the next decade until his beard is full on gray and he's going to Henderson, Nevada. Right, Fletch? Fletch, can you hear me? Nobody hears me?
I can hear you.
There he is.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Man, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Okay. What were you? I'm sorry, I missed that part of the conversation. I had some technical difficulties I had to get off.
Talking about how Fletch is doing such a good job that
I missed a lot. I can hear it.
That nobody they're letting us do it another 3 years without anybody trying to run for office. You know, that's the ultimate compliment for us.
Right.
And I take it as this, that they're happy with the teamwork, that Fletch and I are the new guys. So the other guys have been around for 10 years and more. And Fletch and I are the new guys, and they're happy with what we're able to do for them. You know, unfortunately, right now it works a little bit slow, but we're still doing our job and representing the members well. You know, the work will come back, and then we'll be able to represent even more.
Right. My thing is, Fletch is having some, I think, some technical difficulties now. Are there many women in this field? There's a lot more, which is kind of what I was about to talk about, Gina. Can you see the comments?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
Local 63 specifically, I don't know about many other ironworker locals, the exact count, but we have about a little over 30, but there's some retirees in there. So we have a fair amount of women ironworkers. There's more that want to become ironworkers. So once the work is there, then we could start, you know, bringing on more ironworkers. Right now, we're kind of hesitant to bring any new apprentices on. But there are women in the field, just like any kind of minority. There's never enough. There's no good way to have the scale of what percentage is the right percentage to have, right? The message should be, and the goal should be that you're not held out because of being a female or an African American or a Hispanic, and it shouldn't just be a country club for old white guys. You know,
right.
I'm in that club.
Right. Well, what I was gonna say is, man, the reason that I say that Fletch has this exceptional story, man, is because, you know, I had explained earlier. There he is. Fletch, you back? You good? Fletch, you good? You good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you get?
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to Dave. Dave was talking about having the old white guys club, and I was telling him, man, you know, so as I keep telling Fletch, man, I said, bro, you kind of made history, man. You know, he really did. What's the exceptional story? He made history, man. So I was looking through this. This is our local 63 history book.
Oh, there's a Hispanic dude in there.
Yeah, that was written by Richie Rowe. You know, at the beginning of the book, man, it starts off. I'm looking. I think when Richie Rowe, he was a former BA, the position that you hold now, part of your job as a BA, Fletch. And it starts out, man. It says this book is the history from 1893. I believe that's when we started, right, Dave? You guys at 1893, bro. What are we working on 120 years here?
1903, yeah.
120 years. And bro, you are the first African American to hold your position. And
can you hear me, Dave?
Yeah, and don't forget that.
And say that again, Dave.
Something. Can you hear me now?
The most handsome.
You said, and what? And
the most handsome too.
And the most handsome. No, he said,
No, that's you. That ain't me.
you'll get your connection back. You'll get your connection back.
I
Yeah,
could barely hear what you. I heard.
Now we got more connection. Man, we got to do something about these connection problems, man. That's me.
Can hear.
But
yeah,
you might have to get
Fletch. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's fine. We losing you, man. You'll be back. But he is 1893, man. 2021. This book started out talking about the history starting from 1893. On the it was the last page. It was the last page, and I didn't bring this picture up, but on the very last page, Greg, can you bring that picture up? That's the picture in our history book of Fletch is a part of our history, man. He is the first African-American BA in Local 63 history. That's it right there. That's our Instagram page. You know, when it happened, man, I told him, you know, Fletch, this is big. And Fletch is the type of cat, man, he just keep on moving. But earlier we talked about having role models. And first are important, man, because once you done with the first, we don't have to talk about it no more. You were the first. Now we know what it looks like. We know, you know, if you're in this culture, if you had the first, whatever, Hispanic that holds the position, I know as a young Hispanic male, I would know what that looks like. I would say, okay, man, there go. That's my man Fletcher Dave. That's Fletch on the other side. But man, that was huge, man. That's huge. That's huge to a lot of people, man, to be able to see that. And then I said you were made for your new position of the political director. He was made for it, man. Fletch, I've literally worked with guys. And I got you, Fletch. I've literally worked with guys, man, when Fletch was running the job, and I would be partnered up with him, and they'd be like, man, I can't believe that he got me doing this. Whatever the job was, I'm going to tell him, we're not doing this. They go in Fletcher's office, and somehow, man, we walk out, and I'd be like, hey, man, what happened, man? I thought you said you were going to tell him that, you know, that he didn't want to do this, that we're not doing this. I don't know what happened, man. He talked us back into it. Man, I said, man, Fletch can sell fire to the devil. He has this gift, man, and that's what I talked about earlier, man, and being working with politicians and working in politics, man, you just have to know how to handle yourself, man, and how to be diplomatic in situations. And I just think he's perfect for the job, man. It's great that we have you on here, man. I want to thank you, man. You guys, Paul Wendy, man, for being progressive. You, Dave, all the other BAs, Paul Thompson, man. Jack was in there. That you guys kind of showed him the way, man, and you guys didn't push him away as he got in there, man. It just shows you that times are changing and that we're so much more progressive, man, and things are better than they used to be.
And what I think about the fact that we were able to get Fletch when he ran for executive board, when we were able to grab him into the mix, because he came kicking and screaming, you know, right away. But once he got in there, and once he was in the room and saw how the executive board, you know, the nuances and ins and outs of the executive board, it wasn't too long after that, when he was in the executive board, he said, listen, man, I'm going to run for business agent next time. He goes, I think that job, and I think I could do a better job than what's being done right now. I'm going to run. And I said, all right, let's do it. I'm excited to have you come aboard. And luckily we were able to get him even earlier, and it changed the complexion of how this local has been for the last 7-8 years. It just that immediate move of taking the leap, because it's not easy taking the leap, because I didn't want to do it either. I planned on working for Harmon, and, you know, I was being groomed for a superintendent position, and, you know, everything changed. And hey, there it is. Paul Wendy said, hey, we need you to start thinking about being a business agent.
Yeah.
I said about being a business agent. I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I have goals and milestones that I want to hit for myself in my current direction, and everything changed, and then that was it. We're going to go do this. So I knew how hard it was for a worker, just like Fletch, a leader out in the field. Some guys say to us, they're like, "Oh, how's that gravy job?" This is not a gravy job. This is a serious job that comes with all kinds of different complications. Sometimes we have a nice, easy day. We're not in the weather. We're in an office. I get it. But everything about that, if you think it's an easy job, then you're not necessarily understanding the significance of the job is my take on it, right?
Right.
It's not something that's just, oh, this is easy. It's frustrating. You have a lot of rejection. I made a joke about it, and I explained that to Fletcher right away when he's like, "Hey, this is bullshit." I said, "Listen, man," and I luckily in high school I got set up for rejection. I'm used to the rejection. To go into a trailer and find out these guys don't want us in their trailer. We're there to cause trouble, to cost them more money. That's the way to look at it. So we have to go in there with a solution before we make the problem of why aren't our iron workers working on this job site? And it's very, very difficult. That's what Fletcher's out there working his ass off to make friends with the people who make policies on what should and should be prevailing wage work, which 100% of construction should be prevailing wage construction work. There should be private money where you can exploit your workers and pay guys and hang their jobs over their heads. It shouldn't be like that, especially dangerous and a skilled trade like any construction work. You shouldn't be able to exploit them, and that's one of the things Fletch goes out there every day talking to me. The deadweight politicians that are making things better for everybody who they represent. That's something that Fletch.
But he got that gift though, and that's he has that gift, man. Perfect for it. I know you're gonna be you're gonna be real diplomatic about it, but bro,
thank you
perfect.
For that.
Perfect. Can you tell us a little bit of like who are some of the people, man, that you, if you don't mind, like that you talk to?
I think
Fletch. Who?
Well, I would say alderman. I talked to aldermen. I talked to state reps.
They're talking to the governor.
Okay, the governor, the speaker of the house, things of that nature. I speak to all of them now. When I first
started you out here with some VIPs, huh? You out here with some VIPs.
Well, you know what? It's for 63. That's all I can tell you. It's for 63. So the betterment of that. That's all we can do. So I try to spread the gospel to people so they know who we are. That's all. Make sure that we're relevant. So, like I said, they're policy makers. We want to make sure that they don't hurt us. We want to make sure what happens. We want to know what's going on. That's all. So it works out like that. Like I say, Dave here has looked out for me since I've been in. He's my baby brother, but he's telling me what to do sometimes. That's what it is. So, but it works out like that because I respect his view on a lot of things. Sometimes he talks me off the ledge because sometimes I'm ready to go nuclear on something. He's like, no, you have to look at it from this here, and I have to think about it like that. It's one of those things that even in the field, we do things immediate. Let's take care of this. Let's take care of that. But now it's a whole different aspect of it. So everything doesn't happen immediately like this here. It depends on when you talk to this person, how you talk to them, and things of that nature. So we have to just make sure we have everything right and to do that. That's all. So like I said, the team that we have now is spectacular. I mean that. Dave Murray, we're talking about Paul Wendy, Paul Thompson, Mark Merkel, Sergio, and Dave Cottingham, all of us together works out good. I'm saying it's a good thing. It's a good mix. I think with the new energy coming on board with Dave Cottingham and even with Mark Merkel, it's going to work out pretty good. And it's like I think we have for the next few years we better have some good stuff going on, and we just have to think outside the box on a lot of things we need to deal with. even with like I said, with the lawmakers, to deal with them and talk to them, to build relationships with those people so we can be good. That's all.
Yeah,
It's just to make sure we know what's all. So, and the membership, we want to make sure strengthen our bond with our membership to make sure that they have work there, quality work that's available, good contractors. We want to exploit our contractors to make sure they can do go different avenues as far as work. So a lot of things we have on an agenda to do. So to make sure we're 63 is here to be for a long time. That's all. So like I said, I'm a proud member of Local 63. June 20th will be 31 years for me, believe it or not. So
well,
it's
I
love it.
appreciate you talking all professional and everything. Man, I appreciate you, but I'm about to interrupt all this professionalism. I don't y'all work in the office all day. Hey Greg, can I get that video, man? I'm gonna show you a little something from the field, so just in case you forgot how to do it.
This guy.
Fletch, look at the camera. Why your goggles so small?
Goggles ain't small. I got a big ass head. Dude, ain't no. Oh, we got some funny phone talking shit now. Dude, sweet. Dude, sweet. Dude, sweet.
You know, nervous. Don't mess it up.
Oh, it's a Ron Reid cut. A Ron Reid cut.
I would have got it out of there the first time.
Yeah, right. Looking like Pac-Man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I had to interrupt that, man. It's too much professionalism for me, but man, I appreciate.
Right, you wouldn't have to burn any holes, man.
Yeah.
You say what?
Said if you laid that out right, you wouldn't have to burn any holes.
Right.
I won't say what company I was working for when that happened. Okay?
Yeah.
It wasn't
Hey man, I want to say, man, I appreciate, man, you my guy, Fletch. Thank you, Dave, man, for helping my man out, man. Thank you for putting in the hard work for everybody. Local 63, this is for y'all, man. I had to do my first one. I grew up in 63, man. I became a man in 63. I was able to provide for my family because of 63, man. Working hard, it instilled a lot in me, man. And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for the example that you set. And man, you have set history the right way. You know what I mean? You made history the right way, man. And I appreciate you guys, man, for being progressive. You know what I'm saying? You know, it should be like that, man. But all the
it goes a long way. Like I said, it's something that.
No, go ahead. What were you saying? Fletch? God, man. What we got? Says Marcy said, coming from a former United States Postal Workers Union member and representative for our local and state and national convention is no joke. It takes a special person that is fair, know their job, and believe and fight for what's best in majority of workers. Kudos to each of you. Great show, Ron, Fletcher, and David. Keep up the great work. Ironworkers have great people looking out for them. Yes, we do. Thank you, Mark.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. With that, man, I want to go ahead and wrap us up, man. And I just want to say, man, once again, thank you, you guys. Thank you, Dave, for coming on, man. Thanks for the pictures. Did I forget any pictures? If I forgot some pictures, throw up the rest of the pictures real quick, man, and then I'm gonna take us on out. I think I might. Oh, you know what? I wanted to. It might have. Oh yeah, there we go. We got that one again. My man. Oh. That was from 2013, man. That's how long. That's the McCourt Christmas party, man. That's the guy.
Yeah, right.
That's big.
I forgot about Brian.
The guys, yeah,
Brian, Mike Loftus.
Right, Mike Loftus, man.
About
Brian, all my McCourt people, man.
Mike Loftus, can't forget about Brian. Yeah. Those are my guys.
Money Man Al, man. Those are guys I still get to hang out with while you rubbing shoulders with politicians. I'm still in the field with the big dogs.
No, I have an area that I have to work also.
Yeah, I know, man.
My thing is it's busy, but it's keeps going.
Right. Look, man, I appreciate you,
No, it's all
man.
good.
Regardless of whether you know it or not, man, you made history, man, and you guys are making it for the better, man. And 63 it's gonna get better, man. I really appreciate it. Y'all, with that being said, thank you
Absolutely.
for checking us out on the V and O, man. I am so excited, man, and I'm happy, and I hope that you guys come back next week. I know you're gonna come back next week and check us out. We got a great show coming up for you next week. V and O, we out.